And this one, take a look at simplifying expressions that look like this. As an example, I'm going to say here 5 plus minus, and then for example, under the root symbol, I'm going to put 125, and then all of that over 5. So these kinds of expressions appear frequently, for example, when you solve quadratic equations at the very end. We're going to simplify this. So the first step is you take the root symbol and a value under it, and you focus on that. So I'm going to put 5 plus or minus, you copy the plus or minus, and then under the root symbol, you try to express that 125, so it shows the largest possible perfect square. So for example, I'm going to write this as follows. I'm going to say 25 times 5. Then you continue, so you copy the 5 on the bottom, step 3. Then again, it's 5 plus or minus. There's a basic property of root symbols, which is you can distribute the root symbol to the 25 individually and the 5 individually. So it ends up being 25 in this position for that reason, times the remaining 5 in that position. And all of that's still over 5. Step 4. Then you take the root of 25. I'm being extremely careful and detailed. Obviously, if you feel comfortable, you can skip some of these steps. I'm going to put 5 plus or minus, and then the root of 25, that's what I'm finding next, that's equal to 5, and then I copied this root of 5 over here, and that whole thing's still divided by 5. The entire time I'm copying the plus minus. At step 5, what I'm going to do is factor. So to do that, well, I'm going to first rewrite. So this is what I mean. I'm going to put 5 times 1, plus or minus, and then 5 times the root of 5. And this whole thing's still over 5. So what I've done is I've identified the fact that the 5 really is 5 times 1. I'm going to switch a color here, so that's telling you that this 5 and that 5, you see that are common factors. When something is a common factor, you pull it outside and you place it in front of a parentheses. So this is what I mean. In step 6, you put that 5 outside like that. And then what's left within the parentheses are the blue parts. So it's the 1 plus or minus the root of 5. So let me write that next. So it's the 1 plus or minus the root of 5. And all of this is still set over the 5. We can cancel off the following. That orange 5 at step 6 multiplies the quantity within the parentheses. So you can just cancel that off as follows. Take a look. This can be canceled with a 1 in the bottom. And therefore, at step 7, what remains is 1 plus or minus the root of 5. And here, if you wanted to, you could separate this into two separate values. One is 1 plus the root of 5, and the other one is 1 minus the root of 5. And then these would be considered simplified for the following reason. The root of 5 is a messy quantity. You cannot really simplify it neatly, so you leave that. And then obviously there are no more fractions left, for example, to reduce. So these would be the acceptable final simplified forms. So theoretically you can treat both the result at step 8 and the one at 7. They're fine in either case. I would accept that and I would accept that. I'll see you in another video.